Watch the entire video, my lovely viewers, to get the whole thing. Without wasting much of your time, let's get right into it.
This is DJ Mutati exclusive.
Hi lovely viewers, it's me again, your one and only Mutati Mpundu. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time on my channel, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the subscribe button down below. Turn the bell icon to join the notification squad. Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this video in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you lovely viewers.
Questa non parla na mai issues. Va Edgar Lungu. Molino running all sorts of agendas. No, Tayali wakosa poshani. Tayali, why are you talking so much about Ishtumbi Chavene? Just leave the family. Whatever. Hakainde Ichilema. Halefo kulia Ishtumbi. Mwabika mwana wa mkuni nomba. Wa mkuni. Nishima nisa South Africa. Imwe. I mean, let's be real. Wakosa poshani. On issue of Edgar Lungu. It's very simple. My issue on Edgar Lungu is very simple. Very simple. My issue on Edgar Lungu is simply to say Lungu was a former head of state. Lungu was a former head of state and a Zambian for that matter. I am not one of those people that is going to talk about the issues you have in a fresh sware. I'm not going to run with those agendas. Lungu was a Zambian to start with. Lungu was a Zambian. At least as far as I'm concerned, Lungu was a Zambian. And Lungu became a president. Lungu is now dead in South Africa. What am I calling for? I want you to listen to me good. Listen to me good. What am I talking about? What do I want in all this fracas? What do I want? Get it very clearly. All I want is for Edgar Lungu, our former head of state, to be buried in Zambia, to be given a dignified send-off. I said this the moment I heard that Edgar Lungu is dead. That's what I said. I said this, go back to the video. The moment I heard, and the first time that I addressed the nation, I simply called that, can we bury the man in a dignified, can we give a man a dignified send-off? Let's have a good a funeral befitting the head of state. That is what I called for. And this is what I am calling for even now. I don't want anything. Lungu is gone. All I want is that Edgar Lungu is given a befitting send-off in Zambia and buried at the Embassy Park where other leaders are buried. That is what I want. It is very simple. It is not true. I'm not asking for anything. I'm simply asking, since he's our former head of state, give him a funeral befitting a former head of state. And let him be buried at the historical memorial park where other 5 other former heads of state or heads of state who were once heads of state are buried. That's all. That's all I want. Yes, I've come out strong in certain instances because I am fighting those that brought in politics. I changed my language and my approach to all this when I saw that some people had the ulterior motive. Number one, Makebi Zulu. Makebi Zulu looked at this as an opportunity for him to posture himself as, the anointed of Edgar Lungu. And he was even doing a mingalato amongst other leaders in PF. Bari Pwala, they didn't see it. Avena given Lubinda, avena brand mundu, avena Mutatoka Fwaya. You didn't see it. You didn't see it. Makebi Zulu was positioning himself. He was trying to chinga you. He was trying to overshadow you. He was trying to elevate himself there. No, he's appointed as a family spokesperson. It is the family. It is the family. I've been saying the so-called family. Why I've been saying the so-called family? It is because when you talk about the family, it is basically, from my point of view, it is basically one person. It is basically one person who none of those people that are appearing, even the sister, the so-called sister, that was brought to say, Indina niwa pasampamba wa makebi, Indina niwa uzavo kamba, whatever. She has no powers. She has no powers. The real power is in Edgar Lungu. Edgar Lungu is the real deal here. It's the real deal. Iniwa Esther. Barawa Tasila. Tapani for Eshive. Tasila is crowded in the issue of to say, this is my stepmom, and she's the wife. Tasila is aware of this. Tasila has been intimidated by the fact that she knows that much as she is the daughter, Tasila knows this, much as she is the daughter, she has no right on the father because the next of kin is the wife. The next of kin is the wife. So, the family, that's what I'm saying, the so-called family. Because the next of kin, it's Edgar Lungu. Before anybody else. No. The widow. That widow is powerful. That widow is the one that is playing all this. She's the one that is playing all this. She's the next of kin. There is nothing that anybody can say. And that is why they are not saying anything. Because the next of kin, it's Edgar Lungu. That's the next of kin. That's the next of kin. Wonsawani wangwele. Vaestanga tabalipo. Wonsawani wangwele. Twala izandamuna. Lelo muledabo. Every cook South Africa. Every cook South Africa. And the number paka number 12 we will just be talking anyhow. We'll just be talking anyhow. Kaino kumpatana mumpatakade. So it's okay. Mambila muntana no kuntana. Muntana no tuma. It's okay. It's okay. They're survivor. Now you cause about in them and they're survivor. The joke will be on you. I will laugh at you last. I will laugh at you last. Paras namo kumyuma mwen ama nako no pum mambo kuisha but ilade twalikofu bangwele after mwantwala mumpanga mwandekeresha and you want me to praise you you want me to praise you mwansenda twachita agree no let's go and put up a fight. Let's go and fight. Ilona ana kuntan shinsenda na chieke 47 nderisha echechi papa echechi ndani uko papa ndeshuta mwawekela kunmandaresha kunmatamuliko and you want me to continue praising you. No, Makebi Zulu used to help you. Makebi used to they would come to my house and yes, I'm a camera. Oh, pick him. Whatever. Now I kukoti na leva neka. I used to be alone. So this nonsense of saying, hey, Makebi Zulu helped you. The joke is on you. Because kumakoti na leva neka. Even that assault, I've been convicted of assault which I didn't commit. I've been convicted on assault which I didn't commit. If Makebi Zulu was there arguing, you think I would have lost because there was no evidence really. There was no evidence. So even when you are saying, no, it's a Haka Indechrema who made you. Yes, it is Haka Indechrema, but you also contributed. You also contributed. Because we went to war. And I was shooting in everywhere. Around the shooter. You ran away from me. You leave me. And And you want me to continue praising you, singing praises. For what? When you left me in the woods. You left me in the woods. When you left me in the woods, even here where I've been, there were people that were saying, hey, no, we will support you. We will support you. We will support you. You are a freedom fighter. You are a freedom fighter. Go. We will support you. We will support you. Where are you today? Where are you today? I'm in the woods. I'm in the woods. I am in the woods right now. Where are you? I'm dying alone. I'm fighting alone. I'm fighting alone. And you want me to continue? Hey, no, we helped you. I bought a air ticket. Yeah, you did. You did, but here I am. If you didn't promise me that no, you will continue helping me, maybe I wouldn't have come here. Maybe I wouldn't. I did some of these things that I did based on what you told me that you will do. And if you midway you change because you want me to run a propaganda, that is where I differ with a lot of people. And that's where I want to tell you, even any one of you who is trying to help me, you should know this. I do things out of conscience. Even you who are here on social media today who are praising me, tomorrow when I take a stance on a thing that I don't agree at you, that you have no direction, no direction. You don't think. There is no direction. You can't have a direction one way, this way. Whatever nonsense, propaganda that you bring, I should accept. Whatever nonsense, I should accept. You come, so if you feel a party, why me? You want me to accept, hey, why me? He's dead and blah, blah, blah. And yet, you have got no evidence whatsoever. You want me to accept, to continue that. What is happening? It's over a month. Balungu tatwashika. And you want me to continue praising that, to continue accepting that nonsense. Just because, we are helping Tayali. In the name of, because you are helping me, you want me to be part of ubushetani, pantu ni bushetani bumulechita. Ni bushetani. Mwendo shinimwe. Te abumuleru mbulati yo. Bana nikane ba mukuni. Mwendo shinimwe. Ni mwendo shi. Ni mwamu alishiba ya Edgar Lungu ofuafuile. Ni mwamu aliko. Ni mwamu alemtakanya Edgar Lungu aliluelo mwine. Edgar Lungu alelanda. He used to say it, I'm not okay. But mwalinu ukumutakanya pirikete tieni. Inandeba tiyo. Letani Balungu basale umbi. Awe, you have turned against Balungu. Balungu used to say it. Mwale, you used to push Balungu. Hey, you are a coward. Balungu waleta complain if. He used to say it. He used to mention people who were calling him coward. Munganda mumiago. He used to say. He used to tell me, iwe Tayali ulelanda kwati ni shan. Ubushiku bachanje bati, you are a coward. But I'm different. I'm not like Sata. Don't expect me to do politics like Sata. Balungu walelande fi. Balungu walelanda. Mwe wale tumikisha Edgar Lungu. Kuma politics ni mwe. Ni mwe wale mtumikisha. Ni mwe wale mtunkirisha. Kabie umuine Edgar Lungu wali mwenati. Umumi wanjita buli bwino. Bati mwe wale mtunkirisha. Mpaka Edgar Lungu afuida mu. Velo mbuka tiyo ni haka inda ichilimo walenga. Awe. You are the people that were pushing this man. And anyone who has got guts, don't talk about, no, niwamushani na wali, no, challenge me. If what I'm saying here is not true, challenge me here. That Edgar Lungu was not complaining, being called a coward. Edgar Lungu was not complaining, being told to continue in politics. Edgar Lungu was not being told to be like Sata. Eh? You challenge me on that. Don't come up. No, I am making statements here. I want somebody to say, Tayali, you are lying. What you are saying is not true. I want somebody to come here and tell me what you are saying is not true. Tell me what you are saying is not true. You pushed Edgar Lungu. You were pushing him. You were pushing him. You were pushing him. Let Edgar Lungu give somebody else. Mwale Kanya. You were refusing. Edgar Lungu was ready to let go. That's how he allowed me to say, go and campaign for Mundubile. And I went out campaigning for Mundubile. Edgar Lungu told me, not a chance, he told me, I'm not okay. Chan. By South Africa. I went to South Africa. You are saying, no, Edgar Lungu was not being allowed to go out of the country. Edgar Lungu used to go out of the country before he came back into politics. Edgar Lungu was going out of Zambia before he came back into politics. Edgar Lungu was freely jogging before he came back into politics. Edgar Lungu was going kuma churches and whatever without any problem before he came back into politics. It is after you people pushed him back into politics that all these problems started. And today you want to turn around to say, Hakainde Hichilema has killed him. You forced him into politics. You people, you forced him into politics. You pushed him back into politics. And when he went into politics, Hakainde Hichilema now, no. Of course, I'm not saying it is right. It is right. But unfortunately, politics plays out like that. That's why you don't see me crying. That's why you don't see me crying. Because I know this is part of politics. This is part of politics. Going in exile is part of politics. How many people are going in exile? How many people? It is part of politics. I'm a politics there. Politics is rough anywhere in the world. And Edgar Lungu met this wrath because you people forced him into politics. And you were using Edgar Lungu. Now he's dead. You are still using Edgar Lungu. And you are calling yourselves family. Tapale formula, you are just using Edgar Lungu. If anything, I am even more family to Edgar Lungu because at least I am saying, let Edgar Lungu rest in peace. Imwe tamulefwa Lungu alale. Tamulefwa Lungu alale, tamulefwa Lungu alale, tamulefwa. You don't want Edgar Lungu to rest in peace. You don't want. You don't want Edgar Lungu to rest in peace. If there are people who are being uncouth, if there are people who it's not me. Because you are saying, hey, Tayali. It is you people who are doing. If me bamba, what you are doing is taboo. It's taboo. Hey, no. How can the government take a widow to court? I mean, the widow herself. Which widow did you see? Alikatile chitumbi. Ukukanya, ukuyashika. Uko muntu afyalilwe. Where did you see that? Where did you see that? Where did you see a widow using chitumbi, to manipulate a government? Because that's what they're doing here. They are manipulating a government. There is something that they want. Which widow did that? In the first place, when Edgar Lungu died, they didn't want to announce. They didn't want to announce. They wanted to embalm Edgar Lungu and keep him for a long time. That's what they wanted. Unfortunately, the news had already gone out. The news had already gone out. So they had no choice. They had no choice but to come out. And then they started playing now their cards. They started playing their cards. No, Tasila. And, you are being pushing. You are, Tasila, to tell you the truth, they are pushing you in a very awkward position. They are throwing you in a valley of fire. Valley of fire. These people who are no, you can be president. You can be president. They are throwing you into the valley of fire. Because when it comes to politics, it is something else. I like Tasila. Tasila is my sweetheart. But unfortunately, when it comes to politics, It is something else. It is something else, my politics. When you step in politics, be ready to be bent. Be ready to be scorched. Be ready to be scorched. My politics, my politics. That's why now my kepi Zulu now because my politics, so you know, instead of whatever doing what is right, informing the government, and then the government whatever. Tasira let Tasira announce. Tasira what's they announce? It was still announced because somebody they were inciting Tasira. No, you can be president. You can take over from your father. Hey. Don't play around with politics. Don't play around with politics. We are here. We are doing politics here. We are doing politics. It's not joke, man. It's not joke that we are angara by yo. My politics are kwangara. You think I'm here in exile for nothing? To just come and allow some American to come and become president? You think I'm going to allow that? You think I'm going to allow that? You think I'm going to allow a small boy like Makebi Zulu? I should just sit there and allow Makebi Zulu to play his cards and allow him to go to State House? You think I'm going to allow that? You think I'm going to allow that? You think other politicians, I don't know about others anyway, I'll talk about myself. I'll talk about myself. If you think I'm joking with my political career, the joke is on you. I am really serious. Look what I've lost. I've lost almost everything. I've lost almost everything. And you think I'm going to just watch Tasira from nowhere, because your father, whatever, become president. Oh, Makebi Zulu become president. You think I'm going to allow you just like that? You think I'm going to allow you? Missionary Pena. All this nonsense I've gone through. From nowhere. We saw the Kateka, even Shalende Kutamba. Mulaivepa. And one say, watch me, because you won't have it easy. After Aka in the Ichilema, the next guy that is coming, we will not pass through we will not sip through my fingers. You will not sip through my fingers to become president in Kenya. You will not sip through my fingers to become president. Tamoakanchinge. After Aka in the Ichilema, tukembana inama mumeno. Tukembana. We will pluck out meat out of each other's teeth. You should know. Don't think that you're going to have it easy. To become president, the next president after Aka in the Ichilema. Hey. Naka in the Ichilema di Shiva. Haka in the Ichilema di Shiva. And in Shirelanda jam, I'm not talking like this from without. You all know. Waka in the Ichilema, but pitemo. To adipitene, to adikonkene. You call repitane mpwa. But pitroku waka in the Ichilema. Mpaka wa ilishanya ba mdala. Chilishani wakaishi we. Unkonka fe. Ulemba kupa fimuti. Talk about fimuti. Mdala ndakonka nganasuma ndasuma. Nshangara yo. If you think I'm joking, I'm not joking. I am not joking. I know what I'm doing, and I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going, and I'm not going to allow to come and bypass me. Imwe mumeperefie mwilangala. I'm very serious about my political career, and I have drawn it. I know where it's going. I know. Apa tulemuleka aka inde Ichilema. 2026. Ndemuleka aka inde Ichilema. Apa nsharona nkwa aka inde Ichilema. I will not be fighting aka inde Ichilema. You must know. For your own information. I'm not fighting with aka inde Ichilema. I am not going to fight with aka inde Ichilema. And it is not out of foolishness that I'm not going to fight with aka inde Ichilema. It is part of my political strategy. It is part of my political strategy because Hakainde Hichilema not take a one term. Let him come another term, aka push 2 terms. After nga push 2 terms, ero kukusaidu kunomba tukesa ingiramu. For now, let Hakainde Hichilema go. Let Hakainde Hichilema go. And none of you is going to beat Hakainde Hichilema. You have got an illusion. You have got an illusion. You have got an illusion. That's why you are holding on na kuchitumbi. No, Edgar Lungu will be given a state funeral, but not under this administration. Because you are thinking that Hakainde Hichilema will lose the next election. Never listen to me. Hakainde Hichilema is not losing the next election. Because I might even campaign for him. 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 And I can campaign for him by shooting down some of you. I may not support Hakainde Hichilema. To say, no, Hakainde Hichilema, let Hakainde Hichilema become president. I may not even vote for him. In 2021, I didn't vote for him, but I campaigned for him. I campaigned for Hakainde Hichilema in 2021. I campaigned for Hakainde Hichilema. I didn't vote for him, but I campaigned for Hakainde Hichilema. I campaigned for Hakainde Hichilema. 2026, I might even go flat out campaigning for Hakainde Hichilema. I might even go flat out campaigning for Hakainde Hichilema. Because I don't want to allow small boys like Makebi Zulu to come. I don't want. Come on. We have been at this for a long time. For a long time. I'm not going to allow some of these guys. But when the time will come, I'll be mentioning your names and I'll be finishing you. I'm telling you, Tawakai Tambe, I may not be in Zambia, but you will not have it easy. And you will not just have it anyway. Not even having it easy. You will not have it. 2026, Hakainde Hichilema is bouncing back. Le sale musungafi. Mule mpeperera ko Hakainde Hichilema akapite. He's passing through. Hakainde Hichilema le pita 2036. He's going through. Tapali. Who is going to come? Tapali ndemi Tapali. And me, I am on Hakainde Hichilema at this point in time. I'm not on Hakainde Hichilema so that Hakainde Hichilema can bring me back to Zambia. It is my political strategy. Ala, nsumi nishaumbi, ntwanika ne esepo, nishinambo kuwa na 10 years foot. Chaoma ndiro na 5 years. Apande fokura na 5 years. Ndefokura na 5 years because Hakainde Hichilema nikushere 5 years. So therefore I want to fight. I want 5 years, not 10 years. It won't happen. Hakainde Hichilema is coming back. He's coming back, and I'm telling you so that Mushibe, it is part of my political strategy. No, he wants to come back. No. I'm not fighting to come back. Because I'm still a political opponent. I'm still a threat to UPND. I'm still a threat. What am I going to do in UPND? There is Tabo Kawana there. There is Max Muwe. There is Frank Wadia. There are too many players there. So where am I going to fit? Muna zinchipuwa. Zinchipuwa ine ndatontonkanya bad. Ndatontonkanya muntu wandi. I think. Ndaitamba ile ashani hapa. Ni pesa ndeikala ngana fuma hapa. Ndeikala pesa. Ni pesa. Ile ashani. Na chukura chimpurwa. Tayali wants to come back. Wants to come back. Ndeisa mkuchitenshi ku Zambia. Ndikuno nangu abantu bakwa Edgar Lungu. The friends of Edgar Lungu nangu bandekeresha. Ndeikala. I will stay. I'm not moving. I'm going to stay here. I am going to stay here. Know it. Whether whoever it is, but I'll be here. But one day you will face me. If you leave me in the woods, you should know. One day you will face me. All those who have left me in the woods, one day you will face me. One day you will need me. One day you need me to have a bizul. Bala shine the woods, Vice Valande Sungu Panganda, Valande Sungu Panganda. Ndekuma coach Tabari Munika, Mpaka Wankaka. Teapa. Because Mamake Zulu would have been very happy, me speaking on his side. But I cannot speak on his side. Makebi Zulu can't be president. He failed to be an MP. How can Makebi Zulu be president? How can Makebi Zulu be president? Using Ichitumbichakwa Lungu. Using the body of Edgar Lungu. Because this is what it is. Even therefore Edgar Lungu to be buried in Zambia in a dignified manner. But what do these other people want? The so-called, hey, family, I want to ask you, what do they want? I'm going to open phone lines. When I open phone lines, I want you to tell me, Echo ba Esther Lungu balefwa chinshi. Echo Makebi Zulu balefwa chinshi. No, they want to bury in South Africa. Why do they want to bury in South Africa? Why do they want to bury in South Africa? That's a question that you should answer. Hey, Barakefe, you tell me, give me a good reason why Edgar Lungu should be buried in South Africa. Give me a good reason. When I open the phone lines, you tell us why Edgar Lungu should be buried in South Africa. Don't give me the nonsense of saying, no, Edgar Lungu said, I don't want Hakainde Hichilema to preside over my funeral. Don't bring that nonsense. Because the things that I've told you, I heard them from Edgar Lungu. I heard them. But I never heard him speaking with such hatred against Hakainde Hichilema. No, I never heard him. I never heard him. And I am taking it. If you have evidence to that effect, bring that evidence. Bring that evidence. If you have and okay, fine. Even if he said it, he might have said it. Of course, Mukufulwa. He might have been upset. He might have been hurt. Yes, it's true. I mean, he was hurt. That is a fact. He was hurt. That's a fact. But what about him? How did he treat Hakainde Hichilema? Because once you are busy saying, no, hey, Hakainde Hichilema did this to Edgar Lungu. Hakainde Hichilema did this to Edgar Lungu. Hakainde Hichilema did this to Edgar Lungu. Hey, Hakainde Hichilema should apologize. Hey, like somebody was suggesting. Hakainde Hichilema should have apologized. What about Edgar Lungu? If you compare what Edgar Lungu did to Hakainde Hichilema, compare to what HH has done to him. Hakainde Hichilema didn't even touch Edgar Lungu personally. He didn't touch Edgar Lungu personally. He didn't remove his immunity. He didn't arrest him. Of course, he went for the family and whatever. But surely it is not the same. 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 So, I mean, when you are busy, hey, no, hey, Edgar Lungu said this. Edgar Lungu said this. Edgar Lungu said this. What about himself? What did he do? And should we continue with bitterness? Should we continue with bitterness? Should Edgar Lungu be buried in South Africa out of bitterness? Because the reasons that you have, where you are saying, no, Tayali, don't talk about this, Tayali, don't talk about this, Tayali, don't talk about this. It is all bitterness. That's the only reason that you have. You have no good reason apart from bitterness and hatred. That's all. That's all you have. At least this is what you have brought out to the public. This is what you have brought out to the public. This is what you have brought out to the public. You have only brought out bitterness and hatred. That's all. You want to bury Edgar Lungu in another country. Because of what? Because of bitterness. No, Edgar Lungu said, Hakainde Hichilema should not preside over the funeral. That is bitterness. That is bitterness. It is bitterness. No, because Hakainde Hichilema refused him to go to the hospital, blah, 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 blah. What about Edgar Lungu? How many things did he do on HH? How many? How many? And somebody said, no, but then Hakainde Hichilema was in opposition. He was not president. Come on. It's the same thing. This is a human being. Do you remember what they did to community house? Do you remember how they traumatized the family? Do you remember? So how can you try to be righteous, self-righteous? And no, it's okay. He can delegate somebody. That is bitterness against a person. That is hatred against one person. That is hatred against one person. You want to have, no, we can have it, but Hakainde Hichilema should not be there. Isn't that hatred? Isn't that hatred? We want, no, we are ready to have it. We can have it. We are ready to go to Zambia. But Hakainde Hichilema should not be there. Isn't that hatred for this particular individual? Even if Hakainde Hichilema has done what and what and what, ngachava kumfua. We don't bring such issues. We don't bring such bitterness. We don't bring such hatred. We don't do that. We don't do that. We just don't do that. It's a shame to some of you who are even supporting this kind of nonsense. It's a shame. It's a shame. You are supporting hatred. You are supporting bitterness. You are supporting, no, Hakainde Hichilema should not be there. Hey, he should delegate. Hey, he should delegate. What are you trying to say on Hakainde Hichilema? What are you saying? You are simply bringing out hatred for this one particular individual. This one particular individual. Hatred against an individual. Hatred. And on top of that, I mean, the man is the head of state. The man is the head of state. The man is the head of state. You want ukumupoka mu president wakwe. Obo Hakainde Hichilema chulile. Ali uchulile Hakainde Hichilema. 17 years Hakainde Hichilema. 17 years he has been fighting to become president. Ero iwe makebi Zulu. Because namkwate chitumbi chala Lungu. You want to suspend him. You want to get that opportunity from him. The president is to preside over state functions. Is to preside over state functions. But you want to suspend. By Makebi Zulu. Mwewa Rushirama elections for 10 hours. Ku constituency. You want to come and suspend. You want to be the one to come and talk now. No, you see, we moved by economy. And that plane has got no first class. The plane that you use has got no first class. And what the heck? I mean, you traveled. Ukuba, Magromaniac. And we moved in economy, and when we arrived, we used the Uber. Nonsense. So what? So what? And so he wants to talk like that, whilst the HH will be sitting in the living room watching, the way you did Palikaunda. Get it, guys? The guy is the president now. He's the president. You cannot throw him back into the sitting room. Now, whoever they supporter, even you who are supporting, does that make sense? The president to be suspended because of Edgar Lungu. Because of Edgar Lungu. Does that make sense? Because of hatred. Because of bitterness. Does that make sense? Nenda la machine mwebale nje wati mwebale ukunsula nenda la machine kutishava. Because I am very sure on this one, I'm standing on firm ground. I am very sure, even na lesa kumuruna monatawe, tayari udife wino up. Ina lesa raranda na ine. Lesa raranda na ine kala na paper. I sit down, I pray, I reflect, I go through things and whatever. If I see that the path I've taken is not right, I do come here and apologize. I am a politician. I'm the only genuine politician who, when I think that I'm wrong, I come back here and apologize. Because nishna paper, I reflect, I look at things. Lesanjeva tayari apata udi right. But panda pitamo nganavu kanai pishamo. Bare sawandi, come on. Let's look at this issue now. Let's look at this issue. How do you think I should handle it? There is this person who is telling me, no, don't talk about this. Don't talk about this. There is this person, he's telling me this, and you know, so God, to have to over Shana, Mule Mwana Poshan. Lesa Ranje Wachao, you are right, Japa. You are right. You are right. Lesa Ranje Wachao, Fifa Winnie Furedan. If you are under Banto, Tafueta Manual. No, let Edgar Lungu rest in peace. Nimwe, it's you who don't want Edgar Lungu to rest in peace. Because even in South Africa, even if you bury Edgar Lungu in South Africa, Edgar Lungu will not be resting in peace until that body comes into Zambia. And you know it. You know it. You know that Edgar Lungu will not be resting in South Africa. You know. You know. But no, because Mwa Shetani, fire, you still want to use Edgar Lungu the same way that you were using Edgar Lungu when he was alive. You want to use Edgar Lungu. You are using Edgar Lungu. Chitumbi chakwa Edgar Lungu. You are mutuntu Edgar Lungu mwalemu bomfia. You are State House mwalemu bomfia. Afuma mu State House mwalemu bomfia. Nomba Edgar Lungu na alifuira ali maboko yenu. Ali maboko yenu Edgar Lungu afuide maboko yenu. Afuide maboko yenu. Ngakufi konka ngatrefo ati to tampe in pikiso. If we want to be funny, you are the ones that we should be asking. Charlie Shani, how did he die? Bamayo Esther Lungu, ni mwetu ingateka pesaka. Ni mwetu ingateka pesaka mayo tuwewe ni. Mwaendere Shani na walungu. Bafuire Shani. Charlie Shani tuwewe ni shimikeni. But all these things come after you have buried. But imweta mrefuano kushika. Change mwambosa lele chitumbi, change mwikatili. Teine. Ine ndefwa Edgar Lungu alale. Ndefwa Edgar Lungu alale muchi wote. Ngefya barankwe wala ala pa Embassy Park. Efyo ndefwa ya. I simply want Edgar Lungu to be buried in Zambia. Tapani findefo ndefwa ya. And in saying that, I have risked people withdrawing their help. I rely on people's help here. That's the fact. It's not Balungu. Because some of you have been saying, oh, Balungu, you see, Balungu now is dead. How are you going to survive? It is not Balungu who was helping me. It is people, but these people, they were friends with my Edgar Lungu. So yeah. And these people, they are very upset with me. They are not even talking to me. But I am right on this one. I'm ready to risk whatever it is. God will look after me. I am convinced. Hey, no, HH has given you money. Hey, whatever. I've not gotten any money from UPND. UPND, they are broke people. They are broke people by UPND. They are broke people. They are broke by UPND. Who do they give money? My car budget kuno kali enderela ka budget kandi kuno kali wako pamuru ka budget kandi. My UPND can't sustain that budget. But in spite of all that, I know, in spite of all that, I am risking it because I believe my God agrees with me on this one. And when my God agrees with me, I will not suffer. Now, I will not suffer. I will still survive. Because what I'm doing is right. And I'm speaking for my Edgar Lungu. Some people are saying, no, hey, you have turned against Edgar Lungu in his death. You have turned against Edgar Lungu. I'm speaking for Edgar Lungu. If there is anyone who is speaking for Edgar Lungu, it's me. Edgar Lungu is dead. And as he is dead, I am sure if his spirit can listen or can say something, I'm sure all he would want is that, please, lekeni ntushe. The same way he used to talk about politics. Edgar Lungu, he was reluctant to come back into politics. He was reluctant. And I used to tell people, there are people and they agree with me. Because some of these people, I used to go and tell them to say, Mutati, ukuna fuma. Mundala ale monekefi. But kuliba chite na chite, evale mutunka. There are people who can bear me witness. There are people I told how Edgar Lungu was being pushed in politics. Of course, at that time, I couldn't come out and say, how Edgar Lungu, no, I couldn't. I couldn't do that. You know, I couldn't. I am talking now. It is because of what they are doing. I am saying this to back up a point to say Edgar Lungu was being used when he was still alive. And they are still using him. The same way you are seeing them holding on Kuchitumbi. If you are Edgar Lungu, what you are seeing is a clear example, or it is an exposition of how these people used Edgar Lungu. How these people used Edgar Lungu. Don't take it for granted that no, family. Some people, they cannot be family. Some people, yes, you can be related by blood. You can be related by marriage. But some people, they are not really our relatives. Some people, they are not really our relatives. Some people, they are not really our families. Some people, other people who may not even be blood related, can be more family than the people that you are calling family. That's why I keep saying so-called family. There are many people that relate to us just because it suits us, just because they have got an agenda. Just because they have got an agenda. They will call you, no, Tayali is my husband. Tayali is my husband. Tayali is my husband. Simply because there is an agenda that they have. They have an ulterior motive. Without that ulterior motive, they might not even be there. There are people, including children, even children. Children, sometimes they take advantage. How many children disappear? But they have no regard for that father. No regard. The moment we are president, they come to say, this is my father. This is common. This happens. Even with children, there are really people that one of it. But as long as they are not doing good, they will not be there. Even me, where I am, I've got people who are my relatives. But as long as I'm still struggling here, is Tayali your relative? They will even refuse. They have refused. Some of them, they even don't invite me to their weddings. They don't even to their funerals. Because, no, Tayali, what about social media? What, not nothing. Then Kawaka they will be the number one to say, Tayali is my cousin. Tayali is my brother. Hey, Tayali is my father. You see? And even when I will be retiring, there will be those people who will be pushing. No, continue. So, that's why I'm saying the so-called family. Because if really this family means well, there is no way they can emphasize on bitterness. There is no way. Because give me the reasons. It's all bitterness. How can you justify burying another president in another country based on bitterness, based on hatred on one man? Yes, I'm in exile because of Akainde Hichilema. But come on. When I will die, don't tell me that, no, even your children, my children can never behave like that. My children can never behave like that. I can tell you, my children can never behave like that. You will not hear anyone in my family talking about Akainde Hichilema. No, you did this. No, you will not hear that. You will not get that. You will not get. Because I teach my children love. I don't teach my children bitterness. No ways. I don't teach them bitterness. My children have got no issue with anyone. You can meet them wherever they are. You will never hear them speak ill of Akainde Hichilema. You will not. Based on me, no. Of course, they are adults. Maybe if there are policies that they don't agree. Maybe. But no, my children are not even involved in these family politics. No, they are not. Because I've told them politics is brutal. You get there, you get scorched. So in way, there is no reason I am going to open phone lines. You tell me what are the reasons justifying burying Edgar Lungu there? And you are doing propaganda. No, the South African government. There is that headline in that newspaper. I will not mention the newspaper because I'm part of it. That newspaper, I'm part of it. We started it together, that newspaper. That newspaper, we started it together. And I'm loyal. But look, they wrote a screaming, government wants to bury Edgar Lungu. They respect the wishes of the family. And now you have even brought a letter dated 24th June. 24th June. But look, your letter, Mufumishe, that letter which you have brought out, that letter, look at the subsequent statements that have come out. And even in that letter, there is nowhere where the South African has said, no, Zambian government is wrong. They have said, you know, they are open. The last paragraph there is saying, they wish these negotiations can whatever, and government is ready to help. The South African government has been courteous. The South African government has been sympathetic to the family. But they are very clear. You don't listen. You don't understand. You don't get diplomacy. You don't get diplomacy. The South African government has clearly said they want Edgar Lungu to be buried as a former head of state in Zambia. That is what they want. That is what they want. And then, because the family is there, they say, okay, but if the wish of the family is to bury him here, okay, we will respect that. South Africa doesn't want to appear uncouth. They don't want to appear, you know, like people without hearts. They are looking at the family. They are considering them as a bereaved family. People who have lost somebody. So they are sensitive. They are sensitive. But clearly, what South Africa wants is that Edgar Lungu be buried in Zambia. That's what they want. But since you are insisting, well, okay, we can have him here. That is what the South African government is saying. So don't make a mistake. Don't make a mistake to say South Africa wants Edgar Lungu. No, they have clearly said it. They have clearly said it. Nichife tamulefo kumfwa. Tamulefo kumfwa. Now I'm diplomatically, now I'm timwe kabieni. Diplomatically they have told you. But you don't want to listen. And since they cannot guguza you into Zambia, they are saying, okay, okay, okay. But really they don't want. They don't want Edgar Lungu's body there. They don't want. They don't want. They don't want. Don't lie. Don't lie. Don't put up. Their statements have been very clear. Anywhere, they have always stated it. Our considered view. The diplomatic language, yo. The diplomatic language, what we want. That is our considered view. The diplomatic language is that Edgar Lungu be buried as the head of state in Zambia. But at the same time, you know, we have to listen to the family. Listen to the family. What are they saying? You think South Africans are so dumb? You think Cyril Ramaphosa is happy with your hatred against Hakainde Hichilema? Eh? You think the politicians in South Africa, they are happy with your hatred because you don't have reason. Ama reason ya kwa tuwaendele na economy, tuwaendele pa uba, wali mkanyo kuisa, whatever he said. All that is bitterness and hatred against one man. You think those people, South Africans, are so foolish to buy into your nonsense, into your pettiness. They can see it, just that they are respecting you as a family who are believing. But me, I know you. Me, I know you. I know you people. I know you. I know you. You can fool others. You can't fool me. You can't fool me. Me, I know. I know the stubborn people around Edgar Lungu. I know the people that were pushing him in fire. I know. I know. I know. And you even wanted to turn around. You know exactly how Edgar Lungu died. But you wanted to turn around. No, he has been poisoned. What kind of people are you? What kind of people are you? You know, Edgar Lungu, whatever. I mean, everything. There was those points which people are sharing. Hey, no, hey, the court asked, hey, did Edgar Lungu come here in his own person? No, he came in his own person. Yes, he did. He came on his own. Hey, did you allow him to whatever? If the government didn't want Edgar Lungu to fly out, he wouldn't have used our international airport. They allowed it. They allowed it. Hey, no, hey, did you pay any bills? No. There is a letter which was written to Secretary to Cabinet. And Secretary to Cabinet said, we are ready to help. And they said, no, we are going to pay by ourselves. Because you are using that letter. You are using those points. Like Parama point sana pali. Hey, no, did you pay any bills? There is a letter that was written to say, please, can you, we are ready to help. And they said, no, we are going to do it on our own. So how did you expect government to pay? When he died, and this is a big point, when he died, were you treating him as a former head of state? Did you consider him as a former head of state? No, we didn't consider him as a former head of state. So how do you want to consider him a former head of state when he's dead? Thinking. Edgar Lungu, when he left State House and resigned from active politics, he resigned, he wrote a letter and signed it. When he did that, the government of Hakainde Hichilema, they were paying him. They were giving him the benefits as prescribed by our laws. They were doing that. Hakainde Hichilema did not say, no, we are not going to give you because you put me in jail, because you did what, because you impolo polo shari leader. No, he didn't do that. He started giving him. Hakainde Hichilema, as much as, you know, he has got his issues. I'm not saying he's a perfect guy, but really, I mean, in some of these things, let's give the man the credit that he deserves. Surely. I mean, let's be fair with him. Let's be fair with Hakainde Hichilema. I am not saying he's the best guy. No. But let's be fair with Hakainde Hichilema. When Edgar Lungu resigned, Hakainde Hichilema did not look at the bad things that he did to him. He didn't. Instead, he was giving him what he deserved. He was giving him. Flying out, he was going. Edgar Lungu used to travel and government used to pay. You can challenge me. When he went to South Africa, who paid? It is government. When he went to Korea, who paid? It is government. All things started changed when people around him, including those in his house, pushed him back into politics. They pushed him back into politics. I met Edgar Lungu several times before I could launch the Alebo Lapo agenda. Several times. He was refusing several times. Finally, he told me, go and campaign. Go and campaign for Mundubile. Go and campaign. And I came out. These things, I'm not lying. You people, you remember I was campaigning for Brian Mundubile. He told me, go and campaign for Brian Mundubile. And I came out, gun blazing, campaigning for Mundubile. Fiakosa. Bambo kumuteperesha Edgar Lungu. Awe, you know, mukawasia wakankala wa presidenti. Bazaka mivala. Bantu amachinja. Edgar Lungu, reluctantly, Balungu Valera, then you know, he used to say these things. We are trying. This one told me this. This one told me this. This one told me this. What do you think? I'm like, no. Let me go and think about it. And you know, some of these people, when you mention some of these people, they are big people. They are people that have got serious influence. You cannot just come and say, no, they are wrong. So you just keep quiet. You go and you talk to other people. Ukuna chia, mwana ni fana sanga. Mailo aweke lako, no, you know, now, no, yachi sanjeba. Even this one told me this. Even this one told me this. Even when this one. At the end of the day, I say, mundu bile. Muntu anti. Apana ishupa. Chetu wike mhydrin. Chetu wike mneutro. Chetu wike mneutro. Ave ni wamdala de. Vengire po. Evo na wele numba. Ale wele la po. Ale wele la po. Ale wele la po. Pushing the agenda. Pushing the agenda. Ama resources takudi. Takwari ama resources. Ile tuwali na mundu wile. Kwali kono tuma resources. Wapitana kwa mundu wila kulisha koka 5 pini. Wapitana kwa mundu wila kupela koka 10 pini. Ndala. Ile tuwa ishile ingira kuside yuku. Takwari na ama resources. Nothing. Kuma koti. Takuli awa reisa. Mundu wile vewa le rani. Ile tuwa na mundu wile ale tuminako. Iwe. Chambaira. Kabia ni muntu wa yuku. Chambaira isa. Kirikiti. Ile tuwa ishile ingira kuli Lungu. Kwa ingira avena makebi zuru. Avena makebi zuru. Kumonekela finga kujama kamera. After my camera, Mutwandi, washara wake. These are real stories, Mutwandi. These are real stories. At least Mundubile even put up a better fight. Mundubile put up a better fight. Even in supporting me, Kumakoti, Mundubile did a much better job. The lawyers that Mundubile was sending, at least very consistent. Baishina iwera mu ilo kwa ishe ingira avena makebi zuru. Avena makebi zuru va ingira monomu. Muntu wantina nikane. Benjamin. Benjamin. Uli muntu sana. Benjamin mwero. Uli mwewa. Uli muntu sana. Those are lawyers that I should appreciate. Benjamin has been with me for a long time, Benjamin has been with me. From a long time, even when the PF they were in power, Benjamin was coming in. Those are the people that I should be praising. Not these people who are just coming for cameras. Afterwards, bakuleka washala wake. Jonas shirekulanda po mwandi. Jonas shirekulanda po Jonas tetingwi kateko. Tetingwi kateko kaida panderanda na pali wa boss owe. Songa na kuikata ko. Awe ishirefo kulete mpasa se kukuna nikane Jonas. But Jonas Jonas Zimba. That's all I can say. I know people who have helped me from deep down their hearts. I know people that really wanted to help me as a brother, as a friend. Not these people who are coming to stage themselves, so that you can see them, so that you can be talking to say, hey, makebi. Afterwards, because kumakoti ekuba kantu. Makebi Zulu has never stood for me in court. So Makebi Zulu never stood for me in court. Not even one day. Makebi Zulu has never represented me. He has never represented me. Jonas Zimba used to come to court and used to argue very well. But wadawa fe kwa umuntu mutali Jonas wamuna ambokula ipipa. Hey, you see what I mean? You get my point? So anyway, the point is that all this afterwards, I ain't gonna number Edgar Lungu ingira ma politics. Eno number wa aka indi chema nabo. Machinery ya ingira. A picture of maybe I am for indalama. Because indalama tapari, that's for sure. Indalama tapari. You people think that no, Edgar Lungu had so much money. There was no money. That's why I was even very surprised when I heard of the $400,000. I was very surprised. Trust me, if that story was told to me by somebody, I would have refused to say, no, it's not true. I would have refused. Because there was no money, at least from me. I never saw the money. And I really don't think that there were people that really chewed money from Edgar Lungu. No, I doubt. Not even Avenaka Chinda. They were making money because of their positions and whatever. Not really from Edgar Lungu. Not really from Edgar Lungu. There was no money. Hakainde Hichilema did a good job to squeeze him financially. And so now, because of the politics, when he wants to go out, by UPND, they were thinking he's going to look for money. He's going to look for money, and when he gets the money, that's why they were blocking him. My politics, it was not to say, no, so that he should die. No. And by the way, there was nothing that was coming concretely to say, this, no, nothing. Eh? So, my politics, Emma politics, Bese bachitana withdraw ama benefits yakwa Edgar Lungu. It is because of politics that they withdrew the benefits. And now, even when he was going to South Africa, government wanted to help, but they refused. And now, you are saying no, but he died without those benefits. Ama benefits, they were removed because he was doing politics. Listen to me, and listen to me good. Benefits were removed because Edgar Lungu was doing politics. He was doing politics. It was not personal. It was not about because it's Edgar Lungu. No. It was because he was doing politics, and the constitution says no. Don't give money to somebody who is in politics, because these others are not receiving money. These other politicians are not receiving money. Now, Edgar Lungu is dead. Edgar Lungu is dead. Automatically, the benefits are restored. Automatically, they are restored. No question about it. How are they restored? Because Edgar Lungu is not doing politics in death. Edgar Lungu has been made to resign out of politics because of his death. Death has made Edgar Lungu resign from politics. Edgar Lungu is no longer doing politics. And since he's a former head of state, the moment he's not doing politics, he's entitled to those benefits. And that is how the government is saying everything has been restored. It is not because Hakainde Hichilema is trying to do PR. No, it is not about that. It is not because Hakainde Hichilema is doing mockery. No. It is very simple. When the former head of state is not doing politics, he is entitled to the full benefits. When he's not doing politics. The question that I ask you, you people with hard heads, the question that I ask you, is Edgar Lungu doing politics now? Is Edgar Lungu doing politics in death? He's not. He's not. He has been retired by death. Death has retired Edgar Lungu. And since he has been retired by death, all the benefits come back. He's entitled to them. But because of your bitterness, you are talking about, no, but when he came, when he went to South Africa, was he the head of state? Hey, now he has died. How come he has become? It's your bitterness. Bitterness is making you fail to reason. Fail to reason. You are not reasoning because of your bitterness. What you want is bitterness. But if you are able to reason, you will ask yourself this question to say, is Edgar Lungu still doing politics? See, he's not. He's not doing politics. He's dead. And since he's not doing politics, he has been retired by death. All the benefits must come back. But no, you don't want Edgar Lungu to die. You don't want Edgar Lungu to die. He's dead, but you can't believe it that he's dead. You are scared. You are scared of your cases. You are scared of your political careers. And you want Edgar Lungu to keep on living. He's dead. If you had a way, you would have made that Edgar Lungu not to die. But our lives belongs to God. So God decided to say, no, vakushupa sana wabantu, mwalimu shupa Edgar Lungu. Mwalimu shupa. Mwalimu shupile andile sami pokolola. Kaya Tushe. It's God that intervened in Edgar Lungu. You used this man for too long. And God said, come and rest. But no, you don't want him to rest. You don't want him to rest. Banning him in South Africa, he will not be resting. Edgar Lungu will not be resting until that body is brought to Zambia. And that is for sure. The body will come. It will definitely come. It may not come now, but it will definitely come. So burying him there, you still want to hold on to Edgar Lungu. That's why you want to bury him there. Who is wrong between Makembe Zulu and the so-called family and the government? Who? Because Hakainde Hichilema, he would have also said, this man, he treated me bad when he was president. I'm not going to give him a state funeral. After all, it is at my discretion. He would have done that. He would have done that. And what would you have said? If Hakainde Hichilema had said, when he heard Edgar Lungu has died, what if Hakainde Hichilema said, I'm not going to give him a state funeral. That man treated me very bad. He put me in cells for 3 months, in jail for 3 months. He put me in cells in Rwanda. He put me in cells in Ndola. They shot at me in Kaoma. They shot at me in Kaoma. They shot live bullets. What if Hakainde Hichilema was to bring out this? Because what you're forgetting is that Hakainde Hichilema has also a story against Edgar Lungu. He has. But the guy in this instance is a bigger guy. He has put aside all that. He has put aside all that. Hakainde Hichilema has put aside all that. Don't forget that he also has issues. He has a story that he can tell you out of bitterness if he wants. He can run you through what he went through if he wants. But the guy has become a bigger guy. He's saying, forget about all that. Forget about all that. It was politics. Let the man come. We're giving him a dignified send-off. We bury him where others have buried. Surely that must be appreciated. You must appreciate that. You must appreciate that. Hakainde Hichilema knows the Mingalato that is being played here. He knows. He knows the Mingalato that is being played. But he has decided to ignore that. He says, when there is a bereavement, people mourn differently. Others they insult, others they do what. You see? What more do you want from this guy? Because if I talk about the prices of mini meal tomorrow, you will be like, hey, Tayali, you have changed. Tayali, you have changed. Because logic talikonka. I'm talking about this. I'm talking about Edgar Lungu's issue. Hakainde Hichilema has done very well. He has done very well. Very fair. Let's be fair, man. Let's be fair. Let's be fair. Yes, I'm in exile. But surely, just because I'm in exile, I shouldn't see this. I shouldn't. I should start twisting it around. No, Hakainde Hichilema is just doing PR. No, no, guys, no. Let's be fair. Let's be objective. This guy has done well. What he wants is the unity of the country. He doesn't want, another president buried that side and another one that side. No, let all of us unite. Let him be at Embassy Park. Let when people come and they want to hear about our story, about our history, there will be somebody that will say, here is Kenneth Kaunda. This is where he lies. And this is what he stood for. Love your neighbor, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Okay, this is Chiluba. This is the man that declared Zambia a Christian nation. Hey, from there, this is Mwanawasa. Mwanawasa, he fought corruption. Hey, let's go to Sata. This is Sata. He's the one that started, you know, road projects and whatever. This is Arabi. Arabi, you know, is a man that brought stability in the economy. He left his reserves and whatever. And this is Edgar Lungu. This is Edgar Lungu, the man who declared 18th October as a day of prayer and fasting. And yet, in his death, his widow is holding on. Awe, sizaenda kulusaka. Sizaenda, singaende. Wazati chinjira. Therefore, inanangu mumpate. Therefore, nderanda. I've checked it with God. And God said, you are right. If you think otherwise, you can give me a call right now. If you think otherwise, give me a call right now. I'm opening phone lines. Ngapali finger from Kwete, if you can tell me, if it is not about bitterness, tell me, why is the family, what is the justification for Edgar Lungu's family to bury him in South Africa? Don't tell me that's what the family wants. Why?
This is DJ Mutati exclusive.
Alright, that's all for you today, lovely viewers. If you did enjoy the video, please don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about the video you just watched in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you, lovely viewers. Once again, I go by the name of Mutati Mpundu. I love you, peace, I gotta go.